Okay, hello, happy Sunday. And just an update on the area rugs. I did get them yesterday. Shout out to Heather Rae Thomas. Love your girlfriend. It was a great time. And I guess I have to say this because her son kind of looked at her really weird when she said she was out with her girlfriend. We're not romantically involved. She's been my best friend for many, many years, and I love her, and she has helped me through some very rough times, and she stands beside me, and she is such a great person. And I wish those type of friendships for all of you, that you would have somebody. We are really grown up about the little arguments that we have. We pretty much forget them and move on, and it takes a lot of courage to do that. And so maybe that'll be a video I do one day about forgiving and just moving on, because you miss out on a lot of great friendships by holding on to resentment and holding on to things that everybody gets angry and says things that don't mean. She and I have done it so many times we probably can't even count. And an hour later we're calling each other going, okay, I was out of line, sorry, And we move on and we get past it. A lot of people cannot do that. And that, I think, is a big reason why a lot of relationships fail. But that's not what today's video is going to be. And I want to give everybody an update on, I'm finally going to fix stuffed peppers for the first time in a long time. And I'm really good at those. And I'm really good at baking and cooking. And I haven't been able to do it. I've been under a lot of stress with the new place and a lot of different stressors coming around. And again, it's one of those things that sometimes you live in survival mode and you forget about all the little enjoyments out of life. And I explained the other day about wearing my hats. Well, cooking and baking kind of fall in that line of enjoying myself and enjoying the things I love to do. So today I want to talk about starting and beginning to healing from trauma. And I remember growing up in an Italian family that a lot of things that happened to me that were traumatic were hidden. And I remember the big cover up, but I'm not going to get into it. But I so much remember my family acting as if though it didn't happen and I was the crazy person, because they didn't want the world to know what was happening with inside the family. And that is so often the truth, is we think that we can file traumatic events, the sounds, the sights, the smells, somewhere in our head, and they can just be forgotten. And then it is not true. We have a subconscious and unconscious that remembers those things, and it takes you back. I think a lot of that is what we call deja vu. But in this way, you will become anxious when those smells or those sounds or those cues or words are around you, and you are presented with them as triggers. And that's what we call them, triggers. So the first thing to begin healing from trauma is accepting it and being able to talk about it. It's an uncomfortable thing. People always tell you, to get over it. I had this really odd experience. I've been having odd experiences, almost like the universe, I choose to believe in a higher power, has been telling me this is what I'm supposed to do. And I walked into Olive Garden yesterday with Heather, and we were sitting down to eat, and she had a break in her glass. And she had gone to the restroom, and the manager had just taken a double look at me, and I don't know if she recognized me, but she did say, "Do I know you?" And I said, "Well, I am a doctor. I do some videos online." And she just started talking about when she heard that what I had a degree in, and that I was a mental health consultant. She said, "My son died 2 years ago in a car accident. He used to come in here and sit at the bar, and I have a lot of problems around the bar area, and I find myself going in the back room and crying a lot." And she said, "Tell me, all these people are telling me to get over it." And I said, "Listen, those people aren't being mean to you. They're not intentionally trying to hurt you. And I don't want you to get over loving your son and missing your son. I don't think anybody out there would forget their child they lost." And so I said to her, allow yourself to always remember. Allow yourself those memories. Be okay with remembering. I cry all the time about people that I've lost in my life and the tragedies. I still remember my best friend's husband. They had only been married for a couple months. He was on top of the 9/11 tower, one of the towers that fell, and I was there, and I watched the tower fall live from across the bay, and it was horrible. And I cannot watch that scene on TV, because every time I see that building fall, I watch my friend's husband die, and I don't really want to see my friend's husband die constantly. So it's very emotional for me. Planes flying low are very emotional for me. Those are triggers. The sound, just the whole sound completely will set me back to that time of remembering watching that second aircraft hit that second World Trade Center building. So they're not going to go away. And when we try to is when we have difficulty functioning in life. We have difficulties in relationships. We have difficulties in the work environment. We have difficulty experiencing joy because those things are in your subconscious and they're going to come up. So I said to her, please don't forget. Please understand that those people, they're uncomfortable. Maybe they've had some trauma. Maybe they don't want to deal with the loss that they've had in their life. Maybe they're going through their own issues. They just don't want to talk about it. So the only advice they know what to give you so they don't have to feel or experience the pain you're going through is they say, get over it. You will never get over it. And you will go through the cycles of grief and loss over and over again throughout your lifetime. And it is normal. You will get better and you will heal, but you won't forget and you won't stop loving the person that you lost. Other traumas, such as watching someone get hurt or a fatal accident or rape, sexual abuse, domestic violence, anything like that. Which, by the way, I want to say I love you, Tristan Tabor. So I hope that you're watching or you do watch this video and know that I love you. Just saying that just sparked something in me to say that to you. I love you, and girl, I want you to take care of yourself and know that I'm out there for you. So back on track with this. So the first thing I want you to do is get a piece of paper, and I want you to sit there and I want you to be okay with writing down words associated with your trauma, whether it be sexual abuse, physical abuse, being wrongfully incarcerated, whether it be watching somebody get killed, watching somebody get shot. There's like just thousands of things that can cause major trauma. So I want you to remember the words and the thoughts that were going around, and I want you to write those down. I would say a good example for car accident would be seeing blood. So you might want to write down blood, seeing the car pieces, seeing anger, seeing fear. Then that's seeing in other people. That's not you yet, because we're going to get to that. That's the second one. Then I want you to write down the emotions that you felt when you seen those things, when you seen those images. For someone who's sexually abused, you know, you will remember smells. That's a big thing with sexual abuse, is you remember smells. I remember tastes and smells with my sexual abuse. And I was just telling my girlfriend the other day, remember, not my romantic girlfriend, Heather's my best friend. We're still stuck in the old stage where we used to call best friends girlfriends, and her son got on her about that, which is kind of comical, but yeah, we're not romantically involved. She's my best friend. So I was talking to her about my sexual abuse and things that it triggers. And because I talk about it all the time, I'm able to enjoy a sexual, intimate relationship with a man because I was able to talk about it and I was able to get it out, and I normalized it for myself, and I was not ashamed. And so you cannot be ashamed in talking about your trauma and ashamed of your story, no matter what kind of culture you grew up in. As I said, I grew up in an Italian family, and they taught me that sharing traumatic events such as sexual abuse was wrong. It was horrible. You keep it secret. And it caused me a lot of unnecessary pain and hurt, and probably is one of the reasons why I got into so many dysfunctional relationships as I got older. Now I'm older, smarter, more educated, and I have healthier coping skills. But this is what it can cause. You do not want your children, females or males, entering into an unhealthy relationship because you're uncomfortable with hearing about their trauma. So be open to talking to your family members or anybody you care about their trauma, and just listen. I cannot tell you, don't comment. Just basically say, listen, I don't know what to tell you. I haven't been through that, but I want to listen to you, and I want to understand how and why you feel that way. That's all you need to do as the recipient of the information that someone with trauma is telling you. So that's my bit of advice for Sunday. I'm going to have to probably still work out today because my lazy butt got up late again today, and I did not get my early morning walk in or run, and I will probably lift weights today. And I also want to do a shout out to Shalene Johnson, Thank you, girl. I've watched a lot of your stuff that was on there that was sent to me. I appreciate your positive attitude, and I love you as well. And thank you for understanding things, and I hope that you got that message I sent you, and I love everybody out there. Walk in hope. Keep love in your heart. Never give up. And there is a solution to every problem. And if you need help understanding trauma more, you know I'm going to put my link there. You can message me on Facebook, Instagram, wherever this message is or this video. Or you go to my website. You can write me there. You can call me. My phone number is on there. And again, happy Sunday, everybody. And please stay safe. I know that there's a lot of craziness going out on the world, and I just want everybody to know that I'm thinking of all of you, and I'm sending love and hope your way.